Hey, my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Lizzie the Lightworker here. Welcome to my channel, guys. Today I'm bringing you a reading for Pisces. This is going to be something different that I've never done before. I know there's a lot of videos out there about this, but I've never done it. Pisces, old flame. Pisces, are you dealing with a situation that you just can't forget this specific person? Why can't you get over them? Maybe the connection was very important. Maybe it was a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection or karmic. Either way, there is something that is drawing on you. Pull towards this person, let's just say energetically, that you can't quite forget them. So we're going to get right into this reading, and we're going to pull different cards in as I feel needed, as I feel guided by spirit. Mostly we're going to talk about maybe some ways to help get you past this, or ways maybe that you might need to reconnect with this person. It's very possible. So let's get right into this without further ado. First, I would like to ask, what type of connection is this? Like we said before, is it karmic? Is it soulmate? Is it twin flame? Is it any of those? And sometimes we can get a little sense from the cards what type of connection it is. All right, we're getting Queen of Cups. To me, this feels more like a soulmate's connection, okay? Like a soul-to-soul connection, all right? If that doesn't resonate, that's okay. If you feel like it's something stronger, that's okay too. Soulmate connections are very important, okay? Just as important as twin flame, because usually we end up with our soulmates. So this person, this connection that you have with this person, it was very emotional. It was driven by emotion, deep love, deep admiration, deep emotion, sort of like an exchange of empathy, very kind, very calm, deep emotional connection. Okay. So if you're thinking about this person and you're driving yourself crazy, I feel like your intuition is sort of yelling at you, because there's something to take notice of, okay? There could be a lesson that was in this connection with this soulmate, or this higher level soulmate, or twin flame, or whatever you feel connection is. There could have been a lesson that maybe you missed, okay? So the thought of this person is haunting you for a reason, okay? Or it could be something that maybe you need to revisit. Maybe you need to reach back out to them. Maybe, there's something sort of, I feel like, reading between the lines, like energy here, okay? It might be something that, you missed. Let's get another card out. Let's get another card out and see what we get. Yeah, we're getting Six of Pentacles. I give and receive for the universal good. So this could have been about give and take, okay? This connection with this person could have been about give and take. Like maybe you were the giver and you gave and gave and gave, and they took and took and took. Or maybe you were the one that took, okay? To me, that feels like contractual. Like maybe in a past life you were the one that gave, and now you need to be the one that received from this person, because this has to do with time, energy, money, like everything, okay? So the way you were tied to this person, you were tied in every way to them. Financially, physically, sexually, mentally, emotionally, okay? And I feel like, because we're talking about the energy of Pisces, Pisces may have been the giver. Give, 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 okay? And I feel like there was a sense that towards the end of this connection, you just got very tired of doing this, okay? And I feel like on a spiritual level, you weren't like satisfied. Like I feel like, you felt like you needed more from this person a little bit. So let's get one more card and see. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get Knight of Wands. Okay, so I don't know if you were dealing with a fire sign, Pisces. A Knight of Wands. I make decisions without pressure. Okay. So it could also be that you were always in favor of things that they wanted and things that they needed. You may have always given them their way, or always given them, whatever they needed or wanted, because we're getting that very giving, 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 okay? This connection might have been about trying to teach you not to be too giving, or burn out your resources mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, spiritually, intimacy wise, all those ways. Okay. Something to me is saying that you were the one who had their head straight. You were the one that was the financial supporter. You were the one that held it all together. You were the one that was the glue, the foundation. You were the one doing and doing, okay? So I feel like that Knight of Wands energy, this person could have taken your energy and run with it. They could have taken your trust and run with it. They could have mistaken your kindness for weakness. That is possible, okay? So in the love aspect, I would like to look at the love aspect of this. Let's look at the love aspect. And these are whispers of love cards. So let's get a love. Treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. So this could have been about, like I said, learning about not giving too much, but allowing yourself the experience. I feel like somewhere you may have gotten carried away, or you may have gotten a little bit duped into this giving by this Knight of Wands energy. That's sort of a very a take energy. They're more, impulsive, and they have more fiery energy, and they want things quickly, and they want things now, and they're very creative, but yet they need a source of fuel, a constant source of fuel. Fire needs fuel to keep going. So that could have been what happened here. I feel like a little bit of opposites attract, but I feel like this was for you to understand too about your, loving yourself, love your loved ones as well. Okay. I feel like this was a lesson, sort of a lesson in love about giving. Okay. Let's get another card. All right. Be willing to express love to receive love. Okay, so you might have been learning about, the way you express yourself, and the way you express yourself, not only just physically, verbally, like saying what you want and need. Okay, I feel like there was an issue with that in this connection, and that's why maybe it's come to haunt you, sort of, or it's still haunting you because you may have not learned that yet. You may still be this giver person, when really Spirit wants you to know all along that, you have to verbalize your needs as well, what you need, your needs being met, in other words, okay? So I want to know, are they thinking about you too? You're thinking about them. All this stuff is coming out. Are they thinking about you too? Let's find out. Yes, I'm always open to good news. I almost feel like they would be okay with you reaching out. In the beginning, we said it might be not to disconnect, but to reconnect, right? So this could be a reconnect. To me, this is a sexual attraction energy. I don't know if this person has come and gone in your life a few times. I don't know if the connection you had with them, it was more youthful and sexual, like at a younger age, or youthful sexual connection. To me, this feels like a very passionate connection. Okay. So I don't know if they're always open to you coming to them because they still have that sexual attraction for you, and it would entice them. It would excite them. Okay. Let's get some more cards because I want to see what are they doing right now? What are they doing in their life right now? This could include if they're with someone else. So they're looking back on some things that they've done, I want to say some things they've done wrong too. Okay. This connection affects them as well as it affects you. They are definitely thinking about you. Maybe not as deeply as you're thinking or seeking out answers as much as you are, but I feel like they would be open to talking to you. If you ever wanted to revisit this or speak to this person again, I feel like they would be open to it. But there is something about healing here as well, because I feel like, this person too had some issues. They had some issues possibly with communication. All right. So that could have been part of the problem that maybe ended you guys' relationship. It could have been commitment issues, in the past. So, what do they feel about you now? What do they feel about you now? Let's get a card out for that. Let's ask. And then we'll talk with some angels. We'll do some angel stuff. All right. These cards are new, so they're giving me the Lovers. This is definitely sexual. I don't mean all sexual, but I feel like the sexual connection is very strong. Okay. I feel like they've dated. They might have somebody now that they're kind of involved with, kind of seeing, but not really serious about. I feel like if they were given the choice to choose you again, they would. Like, if you came back to them and they were with someone else or dating, I feel like they would end that relationship to be with you. Yeah. They hold you in such a high, not standard, I don't know the word. Like, they hold you on a pedestal. Okay. In their mind, you might have been the best relationship they ever had, even if it ended. Okay. Also, too, this is like to me, a pregnancy, a mother, a fertile energy here, which could mean that this has the ability to grow again. Or to me, it means that, maybe you were supposed to, part of your contract, if you're feeling that this is contract, you were supposed to have a child with this person, or they might have a child with somebody else, and that could have interrupted the connection here between the two of you, but it's not an issue anymore. Okay, I feel like this person thought of you like the ultimate woman, like they've thought back to you, like they've compared people to you in the past. Okay, so what I want to know too is something that maybe still needs to be healed from this connection, that may be part of the reason why you can't forget them. Something that needs to be healed. Pride. Okay, so something about not being able to swallow pride or admit to the wrongs or the faults, something about the need to be right. That's all associated with this. So that could have been issues within the relationship. It could have been issues you were carrying or they were carrying from other relationships. Like, in other words, parts of yourself that have not yet died off, old thoughts, habits, old wounds, like when somebody says something and it triggers you, it's still an old wound. Too proud to swallow it, too proud to heal it. Okay, so that could have been a main theme, of this connection. And look, sexuality. So I don't know, was it like something possibly that maybe y'all just had a sexual connection and you were like, I don't know, a friends with benefits type thing, and then it grew into a little bit more and there was some fears and stuff? That could be it. Or it could be that it was just to explore your sexuality together and be whole with this person, like intimately whole, like soul to soul, open to open, perfect with nudity and accepting like bodies for bodies, and like this freeing energy of nobody's ever looked at me or my body this way, if that makes any sense. And it has awakened something in you now. Also, you can't stop thinking about that sexual connection because you may have never had it with anybody else. Okay? Unbelievable. Look, and dreams. So you might be having dreams about this person. They might be having dreams about you. I mean, the connection, the fire here is undeniable. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's get something possibly to surrender for you and for this person. Something that, maybe needs to be surrendered as a result of the connection when it ended, let's just say. Because it's still there. I mean, soul to soul, but something for you. Surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of weird that just came out, guys. And we're talking all about the sexual connection. And one of the words right there is sex. So it could be that maybe there was some obsession with the sexual connection, the sexual part of this. Or in the past, maybe you had some issues, Let's see for the other side of this. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Yeah. I mean, maybe the power came with the sexual connection. Maybe it's the power to go forward with courage, to release, past crap that clogs us up and clogs our head up and fills us with fears. But rather than letting stuff go and sweeping stuff under the rug, it takes a lot of strength and power to clear away all the things from the past. I feel like that was something that the two of you were supposed to do. Let's get one of these as sort of maybe a block or some type of helpful thing that would help get past these two things. and regret. So regret is a block. I know that I cannot change the past. So for the two of you possibly to change the past, like in other words, maybe that's something you regret that you separated from this person. You regret that you didn't stay in touch with this person. Maybe you regret, maybe something ruined the connection quickly on and you were filled with regret, and that's why you couldn't stop thinking about this person. Maybe there's an apology that's due that will help you sort of get closure if you're not going to revisit this, or there's not going to be something that comes out of the connection. But yeah, I would say letting go of any regrets, okay? And if you're moving forward and going to try to connect with this person, just make sure you've, released that regret. And release any regrets anywhere else, because they only bog us down. So let's get something from angels. Should you reconnect or forget? Let's talk about that, because we haven't yet asked that. So should you reconnect or forget? What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. So that's almost a yes. I'm going to get one more card. I feel like if you desire to reconnect, it's a good, it's a yes. Okay. Let's get another card. Relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your relationships. Okay, so I feel like if you can heal these things before you connect with this person. And look, an opportunity to forgive. The situation brings you the opportunity to heal, grow, and release negative patterns. Absolutely. So that's your answers. The answers are to try to heal some of these things now that you're aware of them. And I'm sure, some of these messages have rung true within you. So also forgive each other. I feel like that's a part of this. And I also feel like forgiving yourself. Okay. So let's get one more to wrap up. Any lessons learned and advice going forward? Let's do that. Advice, lessons learned, or advice moving forward. We're getting Page of Swords. I can take care of the detail and stay in control. So I feel like you absolutely have the power to do all these things. I feel like for Pisces, if they had that giving nature, like I said in the beginning, I feel like this was to teach them about taking their power back, being in control, not allowing control to wield out of control for them. Okay. So let's get one more card to wrap this up. And this will be from my Angels of Wisdom Oracle. Okay. So advice going forward. You will finally see the truth. So it could be something that, now if you reconnect with this person, you will be able to see something that, you missed in the past. And that's what we said in the beginning of the reading. I also feel like, this is about admitting the things that you really don't want to admit, or harder things that, you sort of sweep under the rug to deal with later, and then they accumulate for years and years and years. You've got all good signs here. I mean, the best card I can say is the one that says, what do you desire? These are really great ones. Relationship and opportunity to forgive. It could be that you just can't forget this person because there's forgiveness that needs to happen, apology that needs to be had or said, or you're supposed to reconnect. If to give it another shot to complete these lessons, or if to give it another shot to have the relationship you've always wanted. Love and light to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what you think and leave me some comments. See you guys in the next reading.